The Wild West for a day? Would you be able to survive? Well, here are a few reasons why you wouldn't last a day in the Wild West. And be sure to stick around until the end, because we saved the worst for last. You get bitten by a snake. If you visited the Wild West today, you'd probably be bitten by a snake, even though we have advanced technology to prevent snake. Things were much different back then. Yes, you heard right. They literally sucked the poison out of your wound to help it heal faster. Imagine having to do that or watching someone else do that. That would be really painful and scary at the same time. And unfortunately, this was the only way to treat snake bites back then. So if you didn't do this, after being bitten, the next reason might be why you died. You couldn't find food. In the Wild West, finding food wasn't easy. Most people either grew their own food or hunted for it. Also, food wasn't as readily available as it is today. In some places, you could find fruit and other plants that could sustain. You still might not survive the night. Outlaws attack you. Outlaws were basically the gangsters of the Wild West. They robbed trains, banks, and even people on the street. And they weren't afraid to use violence to get what they want. And Jesse James. These guys were known for robbing and killing people. The worst part is that outlaws weren't always punished for their crimes. Sometimes they got away with their loot and lived to fight another day. Times because they never knew when an outlaw would strike. So if you were in the Wild West, one of the most famous gang wars happened in the town of Tombstone, Arizona. It was between the Earp brothers and their allies, also known as the Cowboys and the Clanton Gang. Things got heated, and before long, shots were fired. In the end, 3 members of the Clanton Gang were killed, as well as 1 member of the Cowboys. So if you were in the Wild West, you'd have to be careful where you went. Law enforcement is non-existent. Back then, law enforcement was not like it is today. This meant that people had to rely on themselves to defend themselves. There were no police officers to call if you needed help, so you'd have to be able to handle yourself. Not only that, but most people carried weapons wherever they went because you never knew when you might need them. So if you were in the Wild West, you'd need to be prepared to defend yourself at all times.